Hey everyone, my name is Sam and welcome back to Green Acre Homestead. We're in the middle of a budget mobile home renovation and we're currently finishing up our kitchen. For those of you wondering, Angela's not going to be here in this video. She's actually out at the store with Isaac and they are getting some stuff at the craft store. So rather than just sit around and not do anything, I'm going to try and surprise her by framing out and trimming our kitchen window and building something very special for her at the bottom. Let's go ahead and get started. 36. By 35 3/4. This drywall is overhanging the framing a little bit, so I've got to trim off the overhang so that the boards fit better. With the drywall trimmed off and cut flush with the actual framing of the window, the board should fit in a lot nicer. I hope. The wall is just a hair bit off in its thickness. This right side board fits perfect. It's exactly wide enough to fit the gap and be flush with the drywall on the outside. The top and the left are just a hair bit off. Enough for me to say, let's do it right. Take them down, take them to the workshop, and rip them to the right width. So, come on, let's go to the workshop. While I'm down here, I need to get a wider board to make a sill, or the bottom of the window framing. I've got a 2x6, which is plenty wide enough, but it's really too thick for what I want. So I'm going to run this through my thickness planer and plane it down to maybe an inch thick. I want it a little bit thicker than a 3/4 inch board so that it's strong enough, but I don't want it just too big. So as you saw there, the router rounded it over, kind of left a weird ridge, and I decided to knock that ridge down with my hand planes and also work through these knots here. They give a really weird reaction with the router bit. Either way, I'm really pleased with how this turned out. This looks very nice, and you can definitely tell this has been hand worked around the edges and the face, and I really like that. I'm a woodworker, so of course I would like it, but I think that looks very pretty. Even whenever it's going to get painted, you'll still be able to tell that this has been hand worked, and it looks cool. It kind of adds to that farmhouse look that we both really like in our house. I was cleaning up and I want to show you guys, this is what makes using hand tools so cool. Especially the planes. You get these really long ribbon cuts and slices off the wood. And not only is that pretty and very satisfying to see as you use the tool, but it gives the finish of the wood such a really, really nice edge. You don't get edges any better than off of a blade. Sandpaper kind of muddles and mushes over and fuzzes wood, but blades cut them glass smooth. Alright, you're not here for a woodworking yammer or jabber session lesson or whatever. That's what Samcraft's for. Link below. Alright, I think we're ready to go back up to the house now.
This is so cool.
Alright, I got this bottom board marked, and as you can see, hopefully, yes, there's a little notch going to be cut out there. There's going to be a corresponding notch on this end, and then I'm going to hack off this leftover part. I'm going to go ahead and take this on outside to the chop saw that's out there, hack off this part, and then I'm going to use my chop saw and do a little bit of this, but then finish most of this up with the handsaw. So, come on outside, let's cut some more wood. Alright, I just test fit this, and this edge is hitting the drywall, and that's because, if you remember from my earlier videos, the joint of the drywall is right here, and drywall tapers at the joints, and so it's kind of cut here, but it's kind of ramping back up with the drywall here, if that makes any sense. So I've got to kind of take a little bit off the edge of the board here to make it transition back up. Alright, let's check that again. Very good fit. Yes, goody goody. Well, we'll go ahead and just drive the nails in it. I hope that comes across on the camera as good as it looks here in real life. It is really nice. And Angela's going to love having a really wide ledge to put her flowers or little herb garden planters or all sorts of cool stuff on that she loves to put in this area anyway. Next up is to go ahead and cut the left is this way, left, right, and top molding or casing. Get the miters going and nail them in place. Let's do 34 and a half. So 34, 34, 34 and a half. Be right back. That's a Jedi move, you know it was. Alright, all the caulking is dry and this thing is ready to get a coat of primer and then the finish paint. So let's start painting again. Again. Over and over. Alright, that frame is all primed up and looking good. I need to let the primer dry at least overnight. I'll go back again after the primer's done, sand it just lightly to get any kind of blemish marks or anything taken care of, and then I'll put the finished coat of paint on like I've done in the rest of the kitchen. I'll go ahead and stop the video here, but not before letting you guys see Angela's reaction when she gets home in about 5 minutes. I'm always cutting it close, aren't I? Living dangerous, living dangerous.
It just finishes it out and makes it look so much better. And I have a place to put my flowers. Love it.
So you like it?
I love it. It looks wonderful.
We finally have, I think as good as we're going to get, a farmhouse sink.
Hey, that's fine with me. It's budget and it fits.
It does look like a farmhouse sink.
It does.
I appreciate you all watching and coming with me as I did all this work. Now it's time for me to edit the video so you can see what all I did. But otherwise, we'll see you guys next time.
On the homestead. See ya.
Bye.